Good afternoon. My name is Mhlanguli Jadezweni. However, please feel free to address me by my preferred name, Wiza. I am a certified mediator in Sandton, in the city of Johannesburg, and I'll be conducting today's session. Before we begin, I'd just like to thank both of you for being here and for honoring both the time and place of today's session, which is being held on the 23rd of October 2023 in Sandton City, north of Johannesburg at 1 o'clock. With having formally introduced myself, I would just like to ask that you please state both your names and surname, as well as how you wish to be addressed in today's mediation session.
My name is John Veet. You can call me Mr. Veet or John, whichever you prefer.
Thank you.
My name is Priska Malvert. You can address me by Mrs. Malvert or Priska.
Thank you. In today's session, I ask that we please adhere to the following rules. No shouting, no getting aggressive, no swearing, and compliance from both parties. As the mediator, my role is to not give you any answers or help you find solutions or to make any decisions on your behalf, but to rather ask questions and to assist both of you to compromise, as I understand that this situation has been challenging, and I appreciate your willingness to engage in this mediation process to work towards a solution that is in the best interest of your children. The purpose of today's session is to facilitate a productive discussion and help you both find a common ground to address the issues that have arisen as a result of your divorce. We recognize the importance of maintaining a stable and supportive environment for Malvin and Calvin during this difficult time. Both of you have expressed your concerns related to the care and well-being of your children, and we're here to address the concerns and reach a resolution. It is important to acknowledge that, despite the harmonious nature of your divorce, your role as parents remain crucial in the lives of your son. As we proceed, I would like to emphasize on the following. Our goal is to create a parenting plan that considers both the interests of Malvin and Calvin. We will also work on addressing the high conflict dynamics and strive for respectful communication. We will discuss the allegations of alcohol and its potential impact on the children. We'll also talk about Calvin's medical condition, as well as his needs and how they can be met. The financial assets accumulated during the marriage will also be considered in the context of child support and their future well-being. Please remember that this mediation session is a safe place where both of you can express your concerns and your opinions. I will ensure that the discussion remains focused on finding a solution that benefits your children and ideally minimizes future conflict. Before we proceed, I'd like to invite each of you to share your thoughts, concerns, and vision for your children's future. Mr. Veet, would you like to start?
This entire situation feels like a never-ending nightmare. Priska has unfairly limited my contact with our children since our separation, based on allegations of alcohol abuse and infidelity, which I believe are truly exaggerated. I am a dedicated father, and I want to be a part of my children's lives. It is heartbreaking to be kept away from them.
Thank you, John. We hear your words. Priska, your turn.
I'm deeply worried about our children's safety, particularly because of Calvin's complex medical condition. John's history of alcohol abuse poses a significant risk to our children, and I believe that his contact with the children needs to be supervised. The high conflict dynamics between us has made it so difficult to co-parent effectively, and it does take a toll on the children's well-being.
Thank you, Priska. Before we begin, I would just like to let both of you know that if we do not come to a solution today, this matter will be taken to court. However, the court will not base their decision on your guys' facts. The court will only look at what's best for your children. Let us now begin with the mediation session, beginning with the issue of high conflict dynamics. It is evident that you have been challenges in your communications and interactions. High conflict dynamics can be partially detrimental to the well-being of your children. To move forward efficiently, I encourage you to remain open to a child-centered approach and to express your concerns and feelings without blaming or accusing each other. Please share any thoughts you have on how you believe this can be achieved.
I do agree that we need to put the kids first. It's just that sometimes things just get so heated and it's hard to keep a cool head. But I understand that our behavior affects the boys, and I am committed to working on that.
I appreciate that, and I do agree. It is tough, but we need to find a way to communicate without hostility. I think our children deserve that, and we both do as well.
At least we are actually agreeing on something. We may not get along, but the interests of our children is what is best.
That was so cute. Do we really need a beer?
Yes, we do.
Yes.
However, thank you for sharing your thoughts. It is very important to establish a respectful and collaborative co-parenting relationship for the sake of your children. We will continue working on this throughout the mediation. Let us now speak of what may be a bit of a sensitive topic, the alcohol abuse allegations. The allegations of alcohol abuse are a serious concern, particularly regarding to the safety of your children. It is important to address this issue. John, do you have any comments or information that you'd like to share?
I would like to clarify that while I may have had issues with alcohol in the past, I have been working on it. I have sought help and I am committed to being a responsible and safe parent. My priority is ensuring that the boys are safe and well cared for.
Thank you, John. Priska, please tread on thin water. Do not attack him. However, what are your thoughts regarding what he just said?
Oh, I just highly doubt that he's trying to stop with the alcohol.
I cannot believe that you are still pushing this alcohol abuse narrative, Priska. It is a baseless accusation and you know it. You are using it to manipulate the situation and make me the villain.
Oh, please, John, you cannot just brush it off like it's a minor detail. Your alcohol abuse has put our children at risk and I will do whatever it takes to ensure their safety.
Okay, now I can see why we were brought here. But this is not the time or place for heated arguments. We're here to find a resolution. So please remember that. And our main focus here is to deal with the well-being of your children, who love you both and would really appreciate for both of you to be there for them. The alcohol abuse allegations may take a while to settle down. Let's just move on into the well-being and the health of your son, Calvin. Calvin's medical conditions present a unique challenge. How do both of you think his needs should be met while keeping your disputes to a minimum?
Calvin's health is of utmost importance. Priska, your approach to his treatment has been chaotic and we need a clear plan. Our son's life is at stake.
You're accusing me of being chaotic. John, you've never even taken his condition seriously. Calvin needs stability and a consistent approach to his treatments.
Let's please just keep it nice and calm. Do you guys want to take a break or do you wish to proceed?
No, I think we can proceed.
Okay. This is a very crucial matter. Let us find a common ground to ensure Calvin's well-being, but let us do so without any drama. Now, let us continue with our mediation. While keeping in mind the welfare of your children, what will be the step forward regarding Calvin's health?
I will be willing to work hand in hand with John to see what the best way to help our son would be in order to prioritize his health.
I do agree with Priska, as long as she takes my views into consideration.
I am glad that we have finally reached another agreement. The next topic to be discussed is that of financial assets. John, Priska, how do you believe the financial assets should be considered in the context of your child's support and the child's future well-being?
I do understand the importance of providing for the kids, and I am willing to contribute fairly to their support. We need to make sure that they have the resources that they need.
I do appreciate that, John, and I want to ensure that the boys have everything they need for their education and other expenses. It is a responsibility that the both of us do share.
Thank you for your input. It is important to ensure that the financial aspects are handled fairly and in the best interest of your children. I am glad to see that we are now in a third agreement with each other. Before we conclude the session, I'd like both of you to briefly share your co-parenting goals and vision for your children's future. This can help us establish a common ground to work towards.
My goal is for our children to grow up in a stable and loving environment, free from the conflicts that they have already witnessed. I want them to feel safe and loved by the both of us.
I do share that goal, John, and I want our children to have a happy and healthy childhood where they can count on the both of us for love and support.
Thank you for sharing your goals. It is clear that both of you have the well-being of your children's interest at heart. Our next step will be to work towards a parenting plan that reflects your shared goals. It is essential to address the issue of custody and visitation rights for the children of Malvin and Calvin, while considering the rights enriched in Section 28 of the South African Constitution. Section 8 is a fundamental piece of legislation that emphasizes the protection and well-being of children in South Africa. That emphasizes the protection and well-being of South Africa, highlighting their rights to family care, a name, nationality, and protection from harm. It underscores the principle that the best interests of the child should be primary consideration in all matters concerning children. How do you both envision this, if it means navigating this storm of disagreements?
I believe that I should have shared custody, as it is in the best interests of the children. I'm their father at the end of the day, and they deserve to have both parents actively involved in their lives. Priska's attempt to cut me out of their lives is a violation of their constitutional rights.
No, your history of alcohol abuse is a significant concern for the children's safety. I believe that supervised visitation is the only way to protect them from this potential harm that you might bring into their lives. Our primary duty is to safeguard their well-being, as you just said in the Constitution.
Section 28. Okay, sorry. I don't know how to fix this. Is this? Do I say the Section 28 or is it the one with the supervision?
No, so...
You guys changed
over
it.
Here is where you have to change it and say that John can only have supervised visits instead of shared custody. So, yeah, just, scratch out and...
Wait. You are Priska.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you can read it, I'm so sorry.
Section 28 of the South African Constitution highlights the paramount importance of safeguarding the rights and well-being of the children, as I have just stated. While this is a complex situation, we must find a way to ensure that the children's rights are upheld and their best interests are protected as stipulated by the Constitution. Custody and visitation agreements must prioritize the children's rights and their best interests, and as outlined in the Constitution. We need to find a common ground to ensure that they have access to both parents while ensuring their safety and well-being are paramount. I strongly suggest that John be supervised whilst visiting the kids until it is certain that the alcohol abuse has stopped and supervised. I'm not 100%.
No.
So
So is it just and?
I think in the Mediator paragraph, just say, I
strongly suggest
Well, I
that...
don't think you're actually supposed to say that he strongly suggests that. Just say it's proven that the best solution would be for John's...
I can't say I strongly because that's taken
Yeah.
aside.
So just say it has been proven that the best way forward is for John to have supervised visits of the children until his alcohol abuse is under control.
Okay, so custody, it has been proven that John has supervised.
So after paramount, well-being or paramount, instead of saying I strongly suggest, just say it is proven that the best way forward is for John to have supervised visits with the children until his alcohol abuse is under control.
Forward is for John to have
supervised visits.
I'm so glad we can cut this thing out. This is such a good idea.
visits until
it is proven that his alcohol abuse is under control.
his alcohol abuse is under control. Okay. Custody and visitation arrangements must prioritize the children's rights and their best interest as outlined in the Constitution. We need to find a common ground to ensure that they have access to both parents while ensuring their safety and well-being are paramount. It is proven that the best way forward is for John to have supervised visits until he has proven that his alcohol abuse is under control.
I agree. I also don't want my children to not know their father.
Thank you, Priska. I truly appreciate that. I'm not 100% happy with the decision, but I do understand where you both are coming from.
I appreciate your willingness to participate in this mediation session and to express your thoughts and concerns. We have made some progress today in addressing key issues. Our next step will involve drafting a comprehensive settlement agreement that covers the rules and reflects your shared goals and concerns. This agreement will be focused on the best interest of your children and will aim to minimize future conflicts. Please keep in mind that the mediation is an ongoing process and we may need to hold additional sessions to work through these complex issues thoroughly. We will work together to create a solid foundation for your children's future. In the meantime, I encourage both of you to consider what we have discussed today and how it aligns with the best interest of your children. If you have any additional thoughts or concerns after the session, please do feel free to communicate with me via email, text, or phone call. Thank you once again for your participation today. I understand that this process is challenging, but your commitment to finding a solution is commendable. We will continue to work together to ensure that the well-being of Melvin and Calvin is always at heart. This session is now concluded, and I look forward to our future meetings. Please do not hesitate to reach out if you have any questions. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you.